Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining me. For those of y'all joining me for the very first time, I am the one they call Brian Glaze Gibbs. My story is my ministry. My story is about change and redemption. How do I take my life experience and share it with the younger generation to get them to understand crime doesn't pay, that there's no shortcut in the street. If you take a shortcut, what it's going to lead to is going to lead to a lifetime imprisonment or it's going to lead to an early death. Listen, what you got to sit back and think about it. Do you want to add pleasure or pain to your family, to your loved one, to your beloved mother, to your beloved grandmother, your grandfather, your father, your family, your friends? Sit back and think about it. If you're doing it right, you're going to add pleasure. If you're doing it the wrong way, guess what you're going to add? You're going to add pain. They don't want to come sit and look at you in a jail cell. They don't want to come and visit you right now at, the wake, at the funeral, at a gravesite. Listen, folks, let's get it together. Today, what I'm going to talk about these individuals. One of the individuals I'm going to talk about is one of my co-defendants. This gentleman right here, Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols. Okay? And what I'm going to talk about, him and Prince. Prince is a gentleman with the black on. That's his uncle next to him. Kid Supreme McGriff. That is right now is the founder of, the Supreme Team. But anyway, as I said, I'm going to talk about Cat versus Prince. Like, you know what? I'm asking the question is, and I'm going to take a theme from the brother Up for Debate. Shout out to my brother Up for Debate, man. And I'm going to debate about it. Hey, listen, how in the heck could Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, one of the biggest players at the time on the East Coast border, how in the heck can he love, Supreme? He loves Supreme. He honor, he respects Supreme. But he hated Gerald Prince Miller guts. He hated Prince with a passion. And the question is, why? To me, like, I don't understand it. I know a lot of things took place, but the bottom line is all of us supposed to be part of a group or organization called the Round Table. Okay? Cat was the founder, the leader. Then he had Pappy, then he had Preem, he had Prince, he had Bug Out, and he had myself. So the difference is right now where it's like, why would you put somebody part of an organization that you hate? I can't understand that, And to me, I never was able to put my hand around it and fully and understand what was the hatred about. Why did Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols despise Gerald Prince Miller? What was it? He loved his uncle, but he couldn't stand Prince. And then I started sitting back thinking about certain situations that took place. And a few things that took place is this, like some key moment in Fat Cat life. Okay, how could you hate the man who played a key role in the safe return of your wife when she got kidnapped? When Cat wife was kidnapped during Memorial Day, that Friday during Memorial Day of 1987, right now, it was Prince. It was Prince that helped to secure her release, her freedom, bring her back to safety. It was Gerald Miller. So what I'm saying is this, okay, cool. Why? Cat was in jail. Okay? And everybody else that was down with Cat was either on the run or going through difficult time at the time. So he had to depend upon Gerald Miller. So when he depended upon Gerald Miller came along, and guess what? He secured the release of Fat Cat wife. He dealt with King Allah and helped Fat Cat wife to get free. He the one made the drop off to the kidnapper. $77,000 in cash during that period of time. That money came from, Fat Cat wife, mother and father for her safe return. But yet and still you think Cat would be kissing Prince behind, telling him thank you, over and over and over again? No. For some reason, he still hated that man. To add insult to injury as time went on, when Cat, friend Lynn, when his girlfriend, when her house got home invaded by the likes of Rondu because Just Me set it up. Okay, when Henry Bolden, robbed and pistol whipped Cat girlfriend Lynn, guess what? Here it is once again. It was Prince that was involved allegedly, and he was able to allegedly get Just Me address where he lived at in Queens and get Ron Do address where he lived at in the Bronx. And he was able to, allegedly, took care of Just Me on the strength. It was a hit put out, and guess what? Allegedly, he's supposed to have took care of it. But when it came down to Ron Do, I guess Cat didn't want Prince to do it. So what he did was he got his own crew to did it, and they messed up. But what I still don't understand, this man allegedly gave you, I'm talking about where somebody laid their head, the address. And he's supposed to have gotten it from some parole officers that was on the payroll that was later convicted. You know, they testify against Prince, you know, in regards to that. But what I don't understand still, once again, this man did more than his fair share for you, but you hated him. And what I want to know, why? And right now, I guess the people want to know why. You know, if somebody was that dedicated, that loyal, you know what I'm saying, to you, you know what I'm saying, what? What was the reason? You love Preem. You put Preem on, okay? You put Preem into the game. You love it, Preem, the founder of the Supreme Team. But Preem, in token, when his nephew, Gerald Miller, came home, Preem put Prince on, okay? So the difference is right now is, you know, Preem was loyal to you. You was loyal to Preem. Prince was a part of the organization, man. Prince was a highly intelligent individual. Okay, we all make mistakes. We all can be loose cannon. Okay, we all can go astray. But once again, you know, why? Even I can remember a time when you introduced me to Prince. And you was like telling me, like, look, man, you need to talk to Prince. Prince want to talk to you. Okay, despite he was incarcerated at the time. And to me, what I told you, man, I said, look, man, I don't like the brother. I don't want to have nothing to do with the brother. Based upon right now, I didn't like Prince because based upon all the things I heard about him, that I disliked him. I didn't want no dealing whatsoever with him. But you convinced me, man, on the strength of the brotherhood, of the round table, I need to base you right now and talk to him. And I can remember the very first time that I had a heart-to-heart talk with Prince. And right now is, it was amazing. Right when I talked to him, and I can remember word for word what I told him. You know what I'm saying? Our first conversation, I told him, man, I did not like him. Based upon everything that I heard about him and how he let power go to his head and how he took advantage of a lot of situations and circumstance. And right now is, I don't like him. I didn't respect him. You know what I'm saying? Under any circumstance. So basically, me and the brother were talking. And he responded just like this. Let he or she who not sin cast the first stone. That was kind of deep. He said, listen, man, as much stuff that I have heard about you, that wasn't all good. I didn't pass no judgment. Whoa. That was a mouthful. And you know what? Honestly speaking, I'm not going to even lie. He checkmate me and caused me to right now is become a little bit more open-minded and dealt with him accordingly. And from that point on, we developed a great relationship. And I can honestly say anything that I could have done for that brother within my willpower, it was done. And, you know, even I'm going back to time, even right now when he was in trouble and he needed certain things, he needed some financial help. And I can remember some of his people came to me and basically told me what he needed. And I went to Cat. I said, yo, man, listen, this is what Prince need. This is what Prince need taken care of. And Cat, Zach responds with, listen, man, I'm not giving him no damn money for him to get to, you know, he used the B word, his chick, to take care of her. I'm not going to do that or whatever. So to me, once again, this is the same man that helped bring your wife back to safety. This is the same man that allegedly took care of hit for you and gave you information to one of the dangerous individuals that was in New York at the time that pistol wiped your girl and took a bunch of money and drugs and jewelry. This is the same man. But yet and still he needed help. He was incarcerated and he needed funds. But yet and still you decided, you know, right now, he probably don't know this. You decided to turn his back on him. But you know what? Me, being in the position that I was and the respect that I had for him, guess what? I bypassed you and I gave it to him out of my pocket, out of respect. It doesn't matter what people needed the money for. If somebody come to you and you got it and we supposed to be brotherhood, you're supposed to take care of that, regardless of what the situation may be. And even then, I'm still trying to figure out what happened. Why did you love Prince so much and you hated, you know what I'm saying, Prince? I'm still trying to make sense of it. And even so, what I wind up doing is I wind up reaching out and trying to find out. Okay, and I asked that question. Okay, and somebody gave me a response. Cat put Preem on. Preem put Prince on when he came home. Prince was an automatic hothead and drew too much unnecessary heat upon the Supreme Team via murders, kidnapping, assault, etc., which resulted in payout to lawyers, police, Spot getting busted, and all the ultimate crossover into cat circles of affiliated. Prince just made shit more F up than need be. When you think you're so smart, you get careless. When you get careless, you have to pay for your carelessness. To get clean up, and lawyers are not cheap, especially when you're not the only one paying and you're not paying for your own lawyer. Okay? Especially when you're not only paying for your own. Okay? That was deep. And when you sit back and you look at it, okay, cool. Like, and don't get me wrong, a lot of times, I don't care how intelligent you are. And I gotta admit, Prince was a highly intelligent individual. But a lot of times right now is he allowed his emotions supersede his intellect, like I and like so many others. And it cost him. And it cost him big time. But that don't take away from, if he had your back, he had your back. And that don't take away from, like I told you, we all, you know what I'm saying, was bad people. We all was sick individual. We all wasn't caught up into that, you know, that fake life, that wannabe life, that light camera action life. You know, we all was a victim of our circumstance, but we didn't make it better. We made it worse. We basically delivered drugs, poison our community. We actually, you know what I'm saying, hurt, kill people of our colors. For what? For that dollar. That green dollar. Right now we was intoxicated and got high off of that dollar. For what? For no reason, because we all want to be down. People, don't be hoodwinked. Listen to my story. Listen to my ministry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go deeper than that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and read a passage, you know what I'm saying, from my book. And I want y'all to get a chance to, those that get a chance to, I want you to go ahead, get your signed copy, get your autographed copy of this particular book. Right now, I'm going to read an essay. Eventually, Cat also solicited the help of Gerald Prince Miller. Prince was a nephew of Kenneth Supreme McGriff, okay? And only, you know what I'm saying, the only one was available at the time. Prince was seeking to broker the deal on behalf of Fat Cat. He was able to talk directly to his wife kidnapper. Gerald Prince Miller is now serving a life sentence for theft. Prince was responsible and convicted for ordering the death of several Colombian, suppliers from his Rikers Island jail cell. 46 Colombians were robbed of a large sum of cocaine, and their bodies was chopped up and disposed of. Right now is, guess what, that's allegedly. So to me, what I want you to do is, honestly speaking, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. What I want you to do is right now is get your signed copy of this book, Beyond Lucky, the Brian Glaze Gibbs book. Email me, Brian, B-R-I-A-N, Gibbs, G-I-B-B-S, 1201 at yahoo.com. This is my ministry. This is a true story about change and redemption and everything that I did where I went wrong, and the mental illness, the help, the forgiveness, the remorse. It's all in here. This is a blueprint that will stop our children to stop making that multi-billion-dollar prison system their permanent address. This is right now the Brian Glaze Gibbs story. Crack, money, murder, and redemption. If I, the one they call Brian Glaze Gibbs, can change, anybody can change. Listen, get your merchandise. Follow me. Instagram, Brian Glaze Gibbs. Subscribe, DM me if you have anything that you want to talk about. And what I want you to do, I want you to be on the lookout. What I'm about to do is I'm about to drop volume 3, straight from the street, the round table. And I'm going to speak about things that you never heard about Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, about Howard Pappy Mason, about Supreme Kenneth McGriff, about Gerald Prince Miller, about Emery Matthew Bug Out, and about myself, the one they call Brian Glaze Gibbs. And you know what? Like I say, I'm going to give you the good. I'm going to give you the bad. I'm going to give you the ugly. But most importantly, what I want you to do is I want you to understand we was lost soul. We want to stop the black on black crime. We want to stop crime, period. We want to let people know it's other action and opportunity that you can take full advantage of. You do not have to be a victim of your circumstance. Right now, what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to ask yourself each and every day. Do critical thinking for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And ask yourself, when you're dealing with a situation, you're dealing with a person, you're dealing with anything. Is it going to add value or is it going to take value away? If it's not going to add value, that person, that situation, that circumstance, leave it alone. Okay? If they're going to add value, I want you to take full advantage of it at all times. Once again, my name is Glaze Gibbs, and trust me when I say crime doesn't pay. If I can change, anybody can change. Because change comes from where, folks? Change comes from within. And once again, be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for that book, The Round Table. Like I said, going to be an audio book. It's a very tedious process, and I'm working on it now. I got more content coming soon. I'm working hard, and I want y'all to be able to understand the words that come out of my mouth. I am not glamorizing anything. I am ashamed of my past transgression, and I want people to understand, guess what? Like I say, I have changed. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Thank you very much. One love.